or after the midday market report. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Ron, thank you so much for tuning in. Good afternoon. Please make sure to hit that like button when you come in so that we can help push this through the algorithm and we can have more people tune into our fantastic community and we can get a more explosive back and forth. So I'm going to go through this in about 10 minutes, I would say. Let me timestamp this and then we'll get through the midday market report. Might not have as many people throughout the day showing up just because the markets are so volatile, and I know a lot of people tend to stay away when the markets are a little red. But nonetheless, I will be here every single day. Good mid-afternoon. What is it? Good afternoon. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, December 4th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. I decided to do this outside today just because I got a little bit of a chance to do this, but it is still very cold. Just not as cold as it's been. So the Dow is down 64 points, so down to 36,180. We have a nice consolidatory day right now. Still looks fantastic for the Dow. Looks really nice to start the monthly. The daily time frame, we're trying to break out of this 36,100. If we can do that, if we can confirm a break over 37,000, we'll be able to run up to likely 41,915. So we're getting very close to signaling a much bigger move here if we can break outside this broadening wedge. Nick, welcome in. Randall says, Tom, your dedication is unmatched. Well, if we have anything, it's our dedication. You know, we can at least be dedicated towards our craft. So that's what I'm seeing for this right now. We break outside this broadening wedge. I think it's pretty fair to say once we break over that extension at 37,000 area, we would be able to make a run up to 41,915 on the technical move. Hi all, XRP prepare to bull or still accumulating? It's still accumulating. You would have to break outside of first 85 cents, a pattern that started in 2018 in January, and then ultimately break over $1.13 for me to say it's anything other than a bear market rally, especially if you can't get over 85 cents. This is just standard operating procedure within a pattern formation. DX, but watch my earlier update and come back at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to see XRP. This is a market report today and that no crypto today on this one. DXY is up 61 cents to 103.80, or up 0.6%. It's what we talked about on Friday. We should come up to where I circled to confirm if this is a true trend reversal here, this death cross here in the daily. You would get a test right around 104.20 area, likely at the top end. Low end right around 104, which is what we're trying to do today. So we'll see if it continues up or if we get the proper rejection to move back down. The 10-year government bond is doing the exact same thing as the DXY. You often see them flow together. Michael, good afternoon. Hopefully you're having a great afternoon or a great day so far. The DXY is up 2.91% or 9 basis points to 4.29%. You have a nice bearish cross. Could we come up and retest these areas? It's possible. You don't even need to come up here, but if it wants to, it could try to come to 4.44. But it's on its trend down to see if that 4.11 is going to hold. There's nothing really to stop it. If we look in the 4-hourly, we can see what it's trying to do. It's trying to come back above the 20-day. And if it does, all it's going to do is validate what we were seeing before. But I don't know. This looks like a bear flag, and it just looks like it's getting ready to drop to the next layer. Sure, could it come up like I put a hook there? It could, but it doesn't have to. So we'll see what happens. I think it's working its way down to the actual pattern formation, down to about 3.93%. And then I think it's going to try to create its inversion. That's a nice falling channel. It would be even better if it came to a head. Use that as an inverted left arm on that falling channel. And then break down there, create that head. And then try to push its way back up. Because I have no doubt these government bonds at some point in the future are going to be back in double digits. Miss Vicky, welcome in, love. You just woke up and you're tuning in. How awesome is that? Everybody says I have dedication. Look at that dedication. Thank you, Miss Vicky. Bill, good afternoon. Forex, welcome in. Hopefully you're both doing and having a fantastic start to this day. Tanya, welcome in, love. Here, Tom, at the gym. So good timing. Perfect timing indeed. I actually worked out before I did this update, so I'm one step a little bit ahead of you, but behind you, because now you get to enjoy this while I have to do work. Although working out is work, but, you know, we're working on ourselves, so, you know. We're here for each other, Tanya. We're here for each other. So that's what I'm looking at for the government bonds. Crude oil is down 1.48%, down $1.10 per barrel, price in U.S. dollars, WTI crude. I don't think anybody's surprised. We've talked about the $70 level the government wants, or that they came out and said that they want targeted at the end of the year. So I'm not surprised here that it's going to end around there. OPEC came out and said they're lowering product, or they're not going to supposedly lower the potential outlook, despite the fact that Saudi Arabia again came out and said that exports are going to be lowered in this upcoming year. And I wonder why. I wonder why they would lower it to the USA when starting in January of 24, I say January 2nd, they don't have to buy crude oil for the first time. They're allowing them to price it outside the US dollar. Now, what's starting to happen here, and I'll be the first to say it because it looks like it's going to time perfectly, might have some kind of broadening wedge starting here. So once this volatility actually ends, you can see an explosive move. Just bear with me for a sec. I do this in real time. I know some people just have their stuff set and then you just say, hey, this is how it happened. You don't know how they got there. Wouldn't you like to know how I get there? So, I mean, if you're looking at this realistically, I mean, fine, we can pull it even back so that it looks like, look here. Because some people are like, oh, wow, it's supposed to connect at the back. That's all you have to do. I know, that makes some people happy. So, I mean, you could have something like that. Maybe not even an expanding wedge. That looks like a wedge forming here, though. So, something like that right now. Yes, this is live, Tony. This is live. This is live. So, that's what we're looking at for crude oil. So, expect it to just continue that little bit of a downward trend going into the late year. Gold silver ratio is at 82.59. Gold and silver got absolutely slaughtered today after, you'll see it, went all the way up. Gold made a brand new high, a much anticipated brand new high. But with DXY, we anticipated a rollback down. We want 2,000 to be the floor. I just didn't know for it to actually try to retest 2,000 and have it hold, it would have to go up so high. So with the gold silver ratio, we're bouncing off right now of a small level at 81.5. This is the formation support. If you break through this, then you come to the next level. We're just trying to validate this death cross, to me, at 83.387 if we want to come up for the max steam. And then it looks like we're going to continue down. Like, if you look at gold and silver, gold's down 46 bucks or 2.26%. Doesn't even tell the story. Remember, we talked about the break up, pull back. It did all of this in one candle, what I was talking about. Now, I mean, I can pull it over here just so you can see the whole point of this, because now it didn't even wait. It just did it all in one. So if you want it to bounce out, it's going to have to do something like this. How we have to come all the way over here now. But this is what I was trying to say farther out. It has to hold this now. If you want this to continue, we have to hold this. And then you have to bounce out of here. But look how fast it did it. I had it all the way over here. It did it in just a split second. That's what I hate about the manipulated markets. Still the same thing we were talking about. It's just this might make it easier to understand. That's the bounce out. We made a new high now at $2,146, believe it or not. It literally reversed. Gold made a new high to $2,100. Look at that. Then the manipulation was on, ladies and gentlemen. You want to believe that everybody was dumping into it and then all of a sudden it just broke down? But you can see it's already trying to start reversing. But we're going to see 2,000. We have to see if it's the new floor. We've talked about this for a long time. Once we bounced up, we had to come back and bounce here. We have to see if this is the new floor. If it's not, you've created a head and shoulders likely on a short term, but you're in a very wide inverted head and shoulders pattern here still with gold. B2 gold down 4.11% or 14 cents to 3.27%. Again, same thing. These have to retest these breaks. Massive run-ups. Now we have to see, is it bullish or bearish? If you want this to be bullish, like I do, you want it to hold at least $3.20. If you get rejected at $3.20, well, now we're rebought at $2.98. You could technically, if you felt the need, you could sell it when it got rejected at $3.20 on the bottom side, and then you could have a profit from $2.98 to $3.20, and then you can break down. So, ATK, welcome in. I'm glad to see you in here. I'm sure you have a headache today after your unfortunate, but also a blessing in disguise events yesterday for reasons unknown. But you're still here with us, so at least you know you're meant to be here. And everybody who was in that car has a higher purpose. That's how I look at it. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at for that. B2 gold, we see well, you heard what I just said. And then please make sure to hit that like button. 41 people here, 29 likes. The more of you who hit that like button, the farther this can be put out there. And the more that can see this market report. If you don't want to hit the like button or share this on social media, you can always send a YouTube super chat or join the ever-growing Tom's Army to pay it forward for the work I do and the appreciation for me not doing paid promotions, advertisements, or sponsorships. But I think the like button is that's much more than I could ever ask for. Silver's down about $1 to $24.48 an ounce, down 3.91%. Again, just like B2 Gold, just like gold, all these B2 Gold in particular, we broke up. Now we have to see, is this going to hold? We're below the 200-day in the hourly. If we look in the daily, you don't really want to come all the way down there. You'll break the structure a little bit, but it's probably going to come through here, or it might come through here, but we're trying to see if $24 and around 15 cents will hold. But that's the inversion we're trying to hold. Now, you're basically trying to not break this neckline. So you could technically come all the way back down to like 24, maybe even 20. Oh, maybe it is pointing to that 23.79. That's exactly what it's pointing to. And that's why it shows it in the daily time frame to where it could actually come down there. That actually makes perfect sense now. Okay. Well, this is our consolidatory candle, and we're going to see how this works out now. So pay attention to this. Pay attention to this. This is a breakout attempt for silver right now. Now we're going to see if we can back test this breakout, because this is the breakout attempt of the actual overextended breakout from a longer pattern. This is where you get your confirmation. If we could confirm this, it's going to go up to 28 bucks plus. So let's pay attention here. It's going to get very, very interesting in precious metals. Very, very fun. So that's what I got today on the midday market report. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to see crypto, if you want to see XRP, make sure you tune in at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. There's nothing more that I can add from my morning update. I talked about everything I wanted to talk about, seeing that XRP still right around that same range. Watch the update from a few hours ago. Do the due justice. And hopefully I'll see you tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a blessed